Today we're going to take a look at polynomial division. So we're going to take a reminder of long division. So if you remember back in elementary school when you were working on this, we would say, well, 3 doesn't go into 2, but 3 goes into 20 6 times without going over. 6 times 3 is 18. And then we would subtract this. 20 minus 18 is 2. We'd bring down the 3, so 3 goes into 23 7 times without going over. 7 times 3 is 21. 2, bring down the 4, and 3 goes into 24 8 times. So our answer would be 678. Today we're going to take a look at long division, but we're going to look at it when now we're going to have some x's. So we have 5x cubed minus 8 divided by x squared plus 3x minus 1. So we're going to rewrite this with the long division symbol. So we have 5x cubed minus 8, but we have to write this in standard form with all the exponents. So I'm going to add, we have 0x squareds, we have 0 x's, and we have minus 8. And we're dividing it by x squared plus 3x minus 1. So the first thing we're looking at is we're going to take this x squared times what gives us 5x cubed. How many times does it go in there? Well, we have 5x. And now we're going to multiply this by all of these. So 5x times x squared is 5x cubed. 5x times 3x is 15x squared. And 5x times negative 1 is minus 5x. And now we subtract. And I always have to write, we're going to subtract all of these. So I put little subtraction signs there. 5x cubed minus 5x cubed is 0. 0x squared minus 15x squared. So we have negative 15x squared. 0 minus negative 5, well, that's plus. So we have plus 5x. And then we can bring down that negative 8. So now we're still looking at this x squared, but we're going to say what makes it a 15x squared? Well, that's minus 15. And now once again, we'll multiply it by everything here. So 15 times x squared, and that's a negative 15. So we have negative 15x squared. Negative 15 times 3 is negative 45x. Negative 15 times negative 1 is positive 15. And again, we subtract all of these, so I'll put subtraction signs there. Minus a negative is plus, well, that's 0. 5 minus negative 45, so we have 50x. Negative 8 minus 15, negative 23. And now if you look at this, we can't make an x squared into an x, so that's our remainder. And you'll see it, your final answer written a couple of ways. You'll see it 5x minus 15 with a remainder of 50x minus 23. Or you sometimes see it as 5x minus 15 plus 50x minus 23 over x squared plus 3x minus 1. So today we're just going to practice a couple of these. So our next one here, let's see if we write it with our long division. And we see we have all of our powers listed, so we don't have to add any zeros. So we got 4x squared plus 2x minus 2 divided by 2x plus 6. So our first thing, 2x times what gives us 4x squared? Well, that's 2x. Multiply it out, so we have 4x squared plus 12x. And now we subtract away, so that's 0. 2 minus 12, negative 10x. Bring down the negative 2. So now we're looking at 2x times what gives us negative 10x? Well, minus 5x. Multiply that out. Negative 5 times 2 is negative 10x. Negative 5 times 6, negative 30. Oh, sorry, this should have just been a 5. My bad. I was like, how did we end up with that? So negative 5 times 2x is negative 10x. Negative 5 times 6 is negative 30. Subtract both of these. Well, that's 0. Negative 2 minus negative 30. positive 28. So we can't make 2x into 28, so our answer would be 2x minus 5 plus 28 out of 2x. So the next one we're going to look at, let's see, let's write it long division. R squared plus 10r plus 13 divided by r plus 7. So our first thing, r times what gives us r squared? Well, that's just r. Multiply it out. R times r is r squared. R times 7 is 7r. Subtract away. R squared minus r squared is 0. 10r minus 7r is 3r. Bring down the 13. So r times what gives you 3r? So that'd be positive 3. Multiply that out. So we have 3r plus 21. Subtract away. 13 minus 21. We have negative 8. And r cannot turn into negative 8, so our answer would be x plus 3 minus 8 over r plus 7. Now every once in a while you might have a not have a remainder, which is totally fine. For example, let's say we had r squared plus 7r plus 12 divided by r plus 4. So we think r times what gives you r squared? Well, that's r. Multiply it out. We have r squared plus 4r. Subtract away. So we have 3r plus 12. And then divide it out. R times what gives you 3r? Well, that's positive 3. So you have 3r plus 12 when we multiply this out. 0 and 0. So our answer is just the r plus 3.